Hello dear students, welcome to the chemistry online video class. This is Mohammad Asif Iqbal, senior teacher, Department of Chemistry, Milestone College. In this class, I will be discussing two of the creative question from chapter 5, chemical bond. This class will help you to understand what types of question there will be in your exam. Here you can see there are some vertical row are present in here. First one is period, second one is group number, group 1, group 2, group 14 and group 17. Here 2, 3 and 4 period are provided, and in group 1 the element provided is X, a lithium, then X and then Z. And in group 2 the element which is provided in the third period Y, and in group 14 the element is provided in second period, and in the 17th group the element which is provided in third period. Now come to the questions. What is a radical? Number 2, explain that. Number B, explain that atoms are charge neutral. Number C, describe the bonding nature of compounds formed by element Z and chlorine, which is Z and chlorine given in the stem. Now students, question D, analyze that between compound Y and chlorine and carbon and chlorine. So Y and chlorine and carbon and chlorine, one is electrically conductive but the other is non-conductive. So here we need to explain that the compound which is formed between Y and chlorine and compound carbon and chlorine, both of these two compound, one is electrically conductive and another is electrically non-conductive. Now students, come to the first question of the creative question 2. What is radical? A bundle of atoms from more than one element combined together receive positive or negative charge and act as an ion of an atom. Ion of an element are called radical. I repeat once again, a bundle of atoms from more than one element combined together receive positive or negative charge and act as an ion of an element are called radicals. So I'm going to give you some example of radicals. Okay, you can see for example, and the radical, this is a radical which is known as ammonium. Similar way, this is the radical which is known as carbonate. So what is the similarity of that example with the definition? A bundle of atoms from more than one element. So here you can see this is a bundle of atom where 4 hydrogen atom are present and 1 nitrogen atom is present combined together. So all these are combining with each other, receive positive or negative charge. So in this case ammonium has a positive charge and carbonate has 2 negative charge, act as an ion in the compound. I'm going to show you a compound of ammonium. You can see this is ammonium nitrate. So here it is an act like a ion. This is an ion of this compound. Similar way we can see sodium carbonate. Here it can ion is it can act as an as an ion. Now students, come to the creative question 2b. Explain that atoms are charge neutral. So in this place we need to explain that atoms are charge neutral. We know that every atom is consist of 3 different particles. Hydrogen is exceptional in this case, and these 3 particles are electron, proton and neutron. And we know that the charge of an electron is charge of an electron is minus 1.60 into 10 to the power minus coulomb, and charge of a proton plus 1.60 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, and neutron is charge neutral. That means the charge is 0. We know that in every atom the total number of proton and the total number of electron is equal. Therefore all the proton neutralize the charge of proton, electron. On the other hand, all electron neutralize the charge of proton. Therefore, the total charge of an atom is 0, or the total charge of an atom is neutral. So this is why the charge of total atom is 0 or neutral. Students, come to the creative question B. Here you can see some vertical rows are provided in here. Here is period number, group number, and this is the first group, second group, group 14th, and this is 17th group. And the question is, describe the bonding nature of compounds formed by element Z and Cl given in this team. So the element which is provided in the fourth period and first group, which is Z, form compound with the element present in the 17th group, which is actually chlorine. So what kinds of compound is formed between these two elements we need to describe. So to explain this question, we need to find out what is actually Z, and then I will describe what kinds of compound is formed between Z and chloride ion. So I'm going to describe this. You can see the board. In this place we can see that Z remain in the fourth period. So if we go through the electronic configuration of Z, what we will do? 1, 2, 3 and 4. That means the last electron will enter the fourth energy shell. The last electron will enter the fourth energy shell, as 4 is the period number and the group number is 1. So we can write down here 4 as 1. And now we complete the electronic configuration: 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6. So from the electronic configuration, we can find out that the total number of electrons present in Z is 19. So what it could be? From the electronic configuration, we can be certain that this is potassium. This is potassium. Now come to the second element, which is chlorine. I'm going to write down the electronic configuration of chlorine. You can see 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2 and 3p5. Now from this two electronic configuration, we can be certain that chlorine is a non-metal. As we know that elements belongs to the group 17 are halogen and they are non-metal, and elements belongs to the group 1 are alkali metal. So potassium is an alkali metal where chlorine is a non-metal. So between metal and non-metal, ionic bond is formed. So between potassium and chlorine, the chemical bond which is formed is known as ionic bond. So what is ionic bond? The force of attraction that bind two different ions, cation and anion, or the electrostatic attraction force that bind two different ions is known as ionic bond. So what will happen? How this bond is formed? I am going to discuss these topics. In this place, potassium will donate one electron and become potassium ion. On the other hand, chlorine receive two electron and become chloride ion. So I'm going to balance that, and what will happen? We can see that potassium chloride is formed in this place. Potassium chloride, you can see 2 potassium plus chlorine formed 2 potassium ion and 2 chloride ion. So if you show the diagram, you can be more certain what will happen. So I'm going to draw the 1, 2 and 3. So in the first place, potassium has 2 electron, first energy shell. In the second energy shell, potassium has 8 electron. In the third energy shell, potassium also has 8 electron, and by donating 1 electron, it become positively charged. On the other hand, the first energy shell, chlorine has 2 electron. The second energy shell, chlorine has 8 electron. In the third energy shell, chlorine also has 8 electron. So by receiving 1 electron in the outermost principal energy shell, chlorine become negatively charged. Chlorine become negatively charged. And these two opposite ion, that means cation and anion, attract each other by electrostatic attraction force, and a chemical bond formed between these two ions, and that is known as ionic bond. So what is the outcome of this? Elements belongs to the group 1 are alkali metal, which is a strong metal, and elements belongs to the group 17 are non-metal. So when metal and non-metal form chemical bond, that bond must be ionic bond. And in ionic bond, metal donate electron and become positively charged, and non-metal receive electron and become negatively charged. And these two ions attract each other by electrostatic attraction force, and ionic bond is formed. Now students, come to the last question, creative question D. Here you can see some vertical row are provided. The first one is period, then group, first group, second group, 14th group and 17th group. And you can see this is first, second period, third period and fourth period. And first elements belongs to the first period is lithium, then X and Z, which is not mentioned exact name of that element. And in the second period, third group, that is Y, and then 14th period, second group, which is carbon, and 17th period, third group, which is chlorine. Now the question is, analyze that between compound Y and Cl, that means Y and chlorine, and carbon and chlorine, one is electrically conductive but the other is non-conductive. So here two compounds are provided. First compound is Y and Cl, and second compound is C and chlorine. So Y and chlorine and C and chlorine, and between these two compounds we have to prove that among these two compounds, one is electrically conductive but the other is electrically non-conductive. Now I am going to show you. In this case, first of all we need to find out what is actually Y. So if we go through the electronic configuration of Y, what we will found, you can see this belongs to the second group and third period. So 1, 2 and 3 and 3. So as it is remain in the second group, that means 3s2. So if we complete the shell 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, we'll find out that the total number of electron present in this element is 12. So what it can be? It is magnesium. This is magnesium, because we know that magnesium has 12 electron or 12 proton. And now come to the second element, which is chlorine. So chlorine, the electronic configuration of chlorine, we know that 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2 and 3p5. And this element carbon, the number of electron present in here is 6, that means 1s2, 2s2 and 2p2. So from this electronic configuration and that position, one can be ascertain that Y is a metal which is alkali earth metal, and chlorine belongs to halogen group, which is actually non-metal. Another element, which is carbon, is non-metal. So when compound formed by YCl, that means magnesium chloride that is actually ionic compound, and when compound formed between CCl, that is covalent bonded compound. So from this two electronic configuration, we can find out that the compound which formed by magnesium and chlorine must be ionic compound, because this is metal and this is non-metal. So compound formed between metal and non-metal is ionic bonded compound. On the other hand, the element C and chlorine form covalent bonded compound, because both of them are non-metal. Two non-metal formed covalent bonded compound. Now students, come to the main question: which one, that means between magnesium chloride and carbon tetrachloride, which one conduct electricity? In normal case, none of them conduct electricity, but when we dissolve magnesium chloride in aqueous solution, or when we melt down it is and then try to conduct electricity, then this compound will conduct electricity, but this will not conduct electricity. Between magnesium chloride and carbon tetrachloride, when we apply heat and melt down the magnesium chloride, or when we dissolve magnesium chloride in aqueous solution, what will happen? You can see magnesium chloride is dissociated and produce magnesium ion and chloride ion. But this is a covalent bonded compound, and it is also a non-polar compound. That's why no ion is created in this compound. That means it is a non-polar compound. But in case of magnesium chloride, as it is ionic bonded compound, when we melt down or dissolve in water, it produces two ions, and these ions help to conduct electricity. The main thing that influence the flow of electricity is free electron or free ion. Without the presence of free electron and free ion, electricity will not conduct. So I would like to show you how this is happening in this place. Let's consider a container where we take some liquid magnesium chloride, where magnesium and chloride ion remain in free condition. Then we insert two electrode in this solution and connect this with a source of energy. So what will happen? The electrode become positively charged, which connected with the source of energy positive part, and this electrode become negatively charged. And when we dip these two electrode, chloride ion, which is actually negative charge, migrated to the positively charged electrode. On the other hand, magnesium, which is positively charged, migrated to the negatively charged electrode, and therefore electricity will conduct. But on the other hand, this compound will not create any polarity, therefore it will unable to conduct electricity. Dear students, in this class I try my best to make you understand all the aspects and important question and answer. If you have any question or if you have anything difficulty to understand, please contact with your respective subject teacher. And thank you for being present from beginning to end.